This is a bread I've had before, and I liked it. And I happened to stumble upon bread by Joyride Coffee. He's still only got 47,700 subscribers. Give him a like and a subscribe, man. This guy does some really good work with his bread. I stumbled across him a long time ago, and here we go. Turn that down a bit. Because I was really into bread making even before COVID. So, and I'm a professional chef by trade, and I do everything I can to learn more and more all the time. So, and here was my comment. I didn't expect anything of it. I just wanted to give some appreciation. I said, I'm a pro, meaning pro chef, not necessarily not pro baker. I'm a pro. I wanted to keep the comment short and simple. So anyway, it said, I'm a pro. I watch lots of tutorials to sharpen my cooking skills. This video is not the flashiest, but your bread making skills are top tier, and any pro can tell. This is advanced bread making and easy to follow without even any dialogue. Bravo! To my surprise, he appreciated that. He pinned up this comment, and look at this. We got 864 likes. They don't show the ratio here. There's less of them. There's less dislikes now. I'm gonna like it myself. I don't give a shit. He can see it. But let's look at some of the replies. Thank you, Nicholas. Many thanks. 11 months ago, so almost a year ago is when I made this comment. And then the next comment after that, my arse, you're a pro. If you think this is a skill set a professional baker needs, am I going to individually fold 200 sourdough loaves a day using this process? Nope. Well, who the hell are you to say? JM. And if you're a small bakery, even if you're a small bakery, are you going to even sell 200 loaves of this a day? Well, actually, I think you can fold it bulk fermented. So this guy's just an idiot, not talking. What does he know about professional baking or professional production? He hasn't said anything. He hasn't said he's a pro. And then this guy comes in and defends. He never said that the techniques in this video apply to a larger scale operations. He just complimented the skill of the baker in the video. Exactly. This guy got 140 likes. I've got 865 likes. I can't believe it. So obviously more people appreciate it, but this shit these commenters were saying got under my skin, but I decided to leave it alone, not reply to a bunch of these jerks, because I was like, why feed the trolls? Fernando Flores, he commented, JM, that's the reason some people buy good bread and pay for it, and others buy crappy supermarket bread. Sorry for my English is not my native language. You're doing just fine, Fernando. I teach English on the side, so if you need some help with that, get in touch with me. I'm from Chile. I have a restaurant and make bread the old way, in a big scale with a big stand mixer, but fold and form by hand. Boom, I like that. All right. And then Shannon Swin says, JM, of course this can be done on a large scale. What a ridiculous. So there's a lot of people defending me. And then this guy here, Alistair Boland, said, saying I'm a pro immediately translates into I'm a twat. You sound so pompous. I could never take you seriously. I'm a pro, but I can produce. I am not a pro, but I can produce picture perfect sourdough loaves consistently. Anything over something like 90% is too irritating for me to handle. I congratulate anybody with the patience to not throw it in the bin. Trust me, people, this looks much easier than it is when you actually try. I should give this guy a like, because he knows what he's talking about. It's like this is top tier stuff, and yeah, you can do it on a large scale. If you get a production line going, I don't know how you would do it with, like, something like Acme Breads in San Francisco or wherever. They're pretty good, or Alfaro's in Santa Cruz. All right, and then there's more replies. There's so many replies to this. It's ridiculous. All right, that's enough of the music. The music's gonna drive me crazy. So, bravo, Hermano. This guy gets a good compliment. Where, by who? Labor costs would make this bread way too expensive to sell profitably. What is this guy talking about? Brett, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm gonna give you just like, if you have an assembly line of cooks, right, I think it can be done, dude. I don't think this who are these guys? Like, they're saying they can't do it profitably. You know, you get a team of good cooks in there, good bakers that know what they're doing. And they got their timers. Boom, it's time. You know, they get them. It takes a couple minutes to fold, and then you fold them, and you built up that gluten matrix. And the bakers get so fast that they don't even need to use a scale. A lot of times they just know by hand. You know, they're going to get an average, you know, probably average weight of 700 grams or something like that. That's whatever. Bert Mortenstein, dude, shut the hell up. The bakery where I go has loaves of bread up to 35 euros a loaf. That's like 40 American bucks for one loaf. They never let me taste it, but I know it's there. This might be interesting. Let's take a look at this. The video has 12 minutes of active time, and the baker made 4 single-serve loaves. During the downtime, he'd be making more loaves, meaning without changing the method at all, he could make 20 loaves per hour. Let's say you own a bakery, set aside $30 an hour for baker wages, equipment, and building plus 25 cents ingredient per loaf. You break even selling each loaf for $1.75. Hardly a ridiculous price. So basically, this guy Ian just fucking clowned this Bert Mortenstein guy. So there's a lot of people, and I didn't even say anything, but these guys, and there's plenty more comments like this. This shit just got under my skin. Well, and I can bake a good loaf of sourdough myself. I just bought one from the grocery store recently just to taste test it, because they've started serving sourdough in the grocery stores, and it was awful. So that was that. But you know what? And I even asked my wife, who doesn't like bread. She's Thai. She eats rice all the time. I asked her, what do you think? Whose bread is better? She's like, yours for sure. This one's salty, it's dry, etc., etc., etc. So that's that. Now we've got this clip made. Let's go on to some of the photos that I can show you. Okay, so again, thank you to Joshua Weissman. You can see on the top left here, this is my sourdough starter. I'm just going to call it 4 years old for simplicity. I can't remember the exact date that I started it, but it was about 3.5 or 4 years ago. And the one on the left is 20% whole wheat and 80% bread flour. So we got a high protein concentration in there. It's very healthy. At this stage, both of these starters are at probably about 70% hydration. That was because I was getting tired of it was much more difficult to manage them with 100% hydration, because the for the culture was it was able to move too freely here in this picture. But now I'm just back up to 100%. It's just, you know, you don't have to fiddle around too much. So, and the other one is 100%. The one on the right is 100% bread flour. Now I've got 2 other photos that I've added here. You can see those are the boules that I produced with the starter on the left. This was one of my first attempts. Probably not exactly my first. I can't remember. I've baked hundreds of boules by now. They turned out quite nice. These were about, I don't know, man. I think they were 700 grams a piece, and they were quite high hydration. I think I was probably upwards of like 70%. So the spring was okay for somebody that was not, 4 years ago, not as experienced. I thought I was able to do pretty well with these, as my prototypes, as my introduction to sourdough baking. And and yes, indeed, I am a pro. I am a professional chef, not a professional baker, but a professional chef. So that means that you need to get yourself experienced in all realms. You're a general of the kitchen. You should be able to produce. You're not going to be as refined as somebody who specializes in pastries, maybe, but you want to have the skill sets there to be able to do this kind of stuff in case your pastry chef or your baker calls out sick. I'm not good about taking pictures of my food. I'm really actually kind of shy about it. So, but I do have some more pictures we're going to show you. But then you can see, the spring that I got in relation to my beginning breads. People, let's look at one where the spring ended up really nice. This was just a smaller loaf, again at about 70% hydration here. Look at the spring on these bad boys. I mean, they came out. These were probably only about like 300 grams each, so they were a lot easier to work with. I split the dough up in 2, but here they came out very nice. This is before I hit Banatons as well, but these guys came out with an excellent spring on them. And we got a whole lot more. Oh, there it is. This one had a crazy spring on it. When I formed it, I was in a hurry. So I tightened up really well on top, but the bottom just didn't get the attention it deserved. But look at this guy, he just went poof, exploded. He exploded. So yeah, we had lots of nice spring there. That's a really nice one to look at. And then we're gonna do, we're gonna show you the buns. So I think I used some butter and olive oil to make a kind of brioche-esque dinner rolls here. Okay, here we go. Here's the sourdough buns. We got these together quite nicely here. Yeah, so I did those. Just baked them. And I do the whole steaming thing. You don't see that process, but yeah, I'm a perfectly capable baker, and I am a pro chef. So yeah, all those haters in that comment section of Joyride Coffee's channel, here you go. I'm not gonna let you guys get me down. It doesn't bother me. I know who I am. I've been working at this for 20 years. There's always something more to learn, different techniques, there's thousands upon thousands of years of bread from thousands upon thousands of cultures. You're never going to learn it all, but we just try our best to do what we can as chefs. And we don't, you shouldn't be hating on other people for saying they're a pro. I spent more than over 20 years having started out as a dishwasher, worked my way up into Michelin-starred restaurants, getting the job offers in those places. So I do know what I'm talking about. Now, this is just what I do at home as best I can with what I have in my tiny oven. Yeah, don't hate on a professional. I mean, that guy from New Zealand that made the rude comments, he's running a freaking turn and burn hamburger shop. He'd be buying buns from me. If I even got my wife into baking. I asked her, and I said, please, can you make bread? Just try to make bread today. It's a skill everybody should have. I think it's a cornerstone of civilization. So, and then guess what? She tried it and she fell in love with it. She's a baking freak now. How awesome is that? So again, here, super spring. There we go there. There's my super spring. All right, and these were some nice springs here. This was the initial one. This isn't even all of my attempts at I've got, some of them I've made. Oh man, the blistering. I don't even use a very good oven, man. My oven gets up to about 550 degrees if I'm lucky. The insulation on it is horrible. So I've got a granite stone in there. I have to preheat it for an hour just so it holds that heat more. Yeah, it takes a lot of skill to work with these tools as well and get results like this. But yeah, I'm not really into you haters. There it is. I make bread. I do a good job at it. I'm crap at video editing. I'm crap at taking photos too. But these are some nice boules here. I'm going to show you another one. This is something that I did more recently. Take a look at that bad boy. This was a good 425 grams of flour, I believe, plus a starter. So we had really good results on this one. And anyway, so that's it. Yeah, you haters. I can make bread. I can't make videos very well, but that's it. And there you have it. That's it. I gotta go. This video's gone on long enough. So, adios, mother lovers.